We decided to introduce the discussion regarding the distribution of films and how they are received by us throughout this period of time. Currently, we have entered the digital age, so all movies are distributed and received through hard disks, or even if the major distribution wants to send them to us via satellite, it is even easier. They are encrypted files, so in any case, they cannot be projected until the day we are given permission to do so. A while back, during the film era, the world was significantly distinct from what it is now. The couriers physically delivered to us films that were extremely heavy and also posed a significant challenge to handle in any other way. The movies, as you all already know, are actually files. How is it possible for a movie file to be something that you can download and watch at home? But we don't receive very small files. We receive 300 gigabytes, 400 gigabytes per second of the film that arrives and is distributed through a satellite dish, a satellite decoder that keeps the films needed for that week inside it. At the moment they are provided to us, like right now. Among other things, you can notice that he is already preparing the films for the new week. We ingest them and prepare them inside our server, and from here we will be able to project them when they are decoded through an authorization key. The authorization key, contrary to what one might think, allows you to project the film only within a certain period of time and only within a single room, so the authorization is not given for the entire CineDream indiscriminately. However, it is unimaginable that for a solitary occasion such as a preview, we are granted authorization to show the film 30 minutes prior and 30 minutes subsequent in a solitary room. In our previous conversation, we were discussing the authorizations that activate the film inside the specific room and within a highly restricted time frame. And we find it essential because only in this way can you ensure that the film is not pirated, not decoded and taken outside. However, this also offers a management advantage. When a distributor sells a film to a theater, the duration of the contracted time it can remain in projection can vary, ranging from 1 week to 2 weeks depending on the agreement between the parties involved. Then, if the film achieves a very good return in a specific type of territory, distribution companies negotiate different times and approaches to maximize its distribution and revenue potential. During the early stages of satellite distribution, the entire distribution chain had not yet been perfectly calibrated, resulting in some inconsistencies and inaccuracies throughout the process. There was only a single company that delivered movies through satellite. This brought about a slight discussion within the distribution companies who wanted to have competition also from the point of view of supplying the film to the end user audience. Until the birth of the second satellite distribution company, some brands were unwilling to provide films via satellite, but continued to deliver them through courier services, even as the option of satellite distribution became available to them. The two satellite distribution companies that bring films to theaters are currently OpenSky, although here we see Claire as the hardware provider and Telespazio or Mart Cinema as direct competitors in the industry.
In the next episode, we will show you all the machines that are needed to make the cinema work. To not miss any episode, subscribe to the channel. See you in the future.